Well, everyone's in the tunnel waiting in anticipation. So are we. Let's hand you over to our Coventry team of Don Goodman and Gary Weaver.
Yes, thank you, David. Always a real privilege to come here to see Wembley rise up on the North London skyline. It's a place which represents hope, a place where you can dream. And what goes on between these four walls can change lives. It can change careers. A place where in the blink of an eye, with a swing of a boot, an ordinary person can become a legend. The old Wembley gave Coventry City its greatest day. Now the new Wembley sees them at their worst. But this is a place where you can escape reality, a place of solace. And Wembley, for a couple of hours at least, in a nightmare season, has got Coventry City dreaming. To be here once in a lifetime is an achievement. Twice in a year is amazing. And Oxford United walk into the field of dreams again. A year ago, there was no silver lining. But this time around, they hope to be standing at the top of Wembley's stairway to the stars, holding high the big prize that means so much today. 45,000 Coventry City fans here, 30,000 Oxford United fans in attendance. Incredible support to watch this final here today. The two teams lined up for this red carpet occasion. Handing the ball over here is Adam Smith and his young son George. Adam Smith, part of the band of builders who raised money to refit a gentleman by the name of Keith Ellick's home. Keith was terminally ill and sadly he passed away on Tuesday. And he's represented here today by Adam Smith and his young son George. Presentation party coming out to meet the two teams here, led by the chairman of the EFL, Ian Lenigan, Gavin Dutton, also there, the managing director of CheckaTrade, and also Mark Vosper, a fundraiser for Prostate Cancer UK. Don't you being in this kind of situation just before big finals, playoff final, of course, amongst them for yourself? What's going through your mind here?
I think you're just ready to get on with it, really. The truth be told, you go through the pleasantries with the dignitaries, but really you're trying to focus on the job in hand. And the job in hand, of course, for each and every one of them is to win this game, because, you know, like you say, it's not very often that these players will get the opportunity to play in such a prestigious cup final, and they will not want to have any regrets at the end of this game.
Well, two of this Coventry starting 11 have been here before, in Jordan Turnbull, who lost the playoff final with Swindon, Kyle Reid, who's been a winner and a loser at Wembley with Bradford City. 5 of the Oxford starting 11 have played at here before, but it's such a different environment when you walk out here. These towering stands, this wonderful atmosphere. It's a coliseum. And Coventry City and Oxford hoping to walk away with the trophy, the victory here today. Coventry's first time back here in 30 years. Oxford getting used to it, second time in 12 months. We will have the national anthem ahead of kick-off here, which will be sung by Natalie Rushdie.
For the national anthem, led by Natalie Rushdie.
Football showpiece occasions, the Football League trophy, now known as the CheckaTrade trophy. Now it's time for the final. Let's confirm the team news for you. Coventry City have had to switch their back four around because Farron Rawson and Nathan Clark are cup-tied. So Chris Stokes and Jordan Turnbull start together. Turnbull will relish a game against Oxford United as he was once of Swindon. Stuart Bevan leads the attack. It's his first time at Wembley. His granddad Cyril spent 10 years at Oxford and is supporting Oxford United today. Behind Bevan, Coventry have three players who have a mixture of pace and guile. They could be match winners on their day. Marvin Johnson is the man of the moment. The scouts are flocking to Oxford games to watch this man, whether he's playing up front, out wide, or as he is today, at left-back. Chris Maguire has made it after missing the last two games injured. He wasn't about to give up on this big day. Two young men who didn't quite make it at the top level with Everton now get their chance to play on English football's greatest stage in John Lundstrom and Ryan Ledson. Of this 11, only Che Dunkley started last year's final. Coventry City have the pace of Jody Jones and the experience of Marcus Tugay to call upon. Josh Ruffles spent 11 years at Coventry City. Now he lines up against them. Two cities have descended on Wembley. World football's most famous stadium is the stage. Time for Coventry City and Oxford United to make memories to last a lifetime. It's live next. A fabulous atmosphere inside Wembley Stadium. Coventry City against Oxford United. Don, let's have a look at some key men. John Lundstrom in particular has impressed you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we heard Keith Andrews mention the midfield battle, and Oxford missed him in last season's final, didn't they? And they'll be thrilled that he's back because he's a real key ingredient to how they want to play. And he is one of the players that really make Oxford United tick.
Well, as for Guile Bigaramana, this is the man who, of course, knocked on Coventry City's front door and asked for a trial. He got his trial, ended up as a Coventry player, then went to Newcastle, now back at Coventry, and he's got his love of football back. Yeah,
I saw him in the semi-final. It was my first viewing of him. I was really impressed, and that story there highlights the determination and the character of the man, and that's what Coventry City are going to need in abundance if they're going to win this cup.
Well, let's not forget that Tony Mowbray, Mark Venus and Russell Slade have all played a part in getting Coventry City here to Wembley, but now it's Mark Robbins who takes charge for the big occasion. Michael Appleton has been here before. He won't want the same feeling as last season, no, when they left here as runners-up. Now he wants to make sure that they take the trophy this time around. Well, I was talking to a few Coventry City fans a few moments ago that we're here at the Old Wembley for the 1987 FA Cup final. The big win there, their greatest day. And they just said to me, this atmosphere is just the same, just as big. The Twin Towers may now be replaced by the Arch. Stadium's different, Coventry's changed a lot, but the atmosphere is the same.
Well, that day will stay with those people forever, and there'll be many new Coventry City supporters experiencing Wembley for the first time today. And they will be praying that this group of players can give them that cherished memory at Wembley.
Coventry City in the sky blue and white to get the ball rolling. This season is their lowest moment in a long time, but this day could be the start of something new. 45,000 here. Potential new owners that could be watching on, if Sisu were prepared to sell, could be looking at this today and deciding, hang on a minute, here's a club with a huge fan base, a big future. The future could start here for them today.
It certainly could help the future begin. Certainly a terrible period for them.
Oxford caught offside here.
clubs. I mean, there are several, aren't they, in recent times where they've had to take a few steps back, if you like, to try and come forward stronger. An inspiration for Coventry could be the likes of Burnley and Swansea and Bournemouth, all currently Premier League teams, but all at some point in recent times have been playing a football in League Two, and that's where inevitably Coventry City will be next season. So sometimes it's a case of taking a step or two back to hopefully come forward stronger.
There's Kyle Reid, chance to drive at Oxford United. Inconsistent at times this season, Kyle Reid, but on his day, he could be a match winner. Ryan Haynes with the throw. Smashed away by Phil Edwards. Chance for Chris Maguire to run. Is Chris Sargentson. There's John Lundstrom.
It's going to be an interesting opening 10 minutes or so, isn't it? Who can settle down the best? Certainly Coventry City, you would hope and expect today, coming into this game on the back of back-to-back wins, you would hope there'd be a different proposition to perhaps what they may have been a few short weeks ago.
Oxford United are having another season to remember. Their first time back in the third tier of English football in 16 years. They're just out of the playoff picture at the moment, but still mathematically have a chance of doing it. They're playing a brand of football which is admired by all. Front foot, aggressive football under a manager who also is admired by most.
He's done a magnificent job, hasn't he, Michael Appleton? And of course, you know, we're looking at the fairy tale of Coventry winning the cup. Oxford United were last season's losing finalists. So there's a story, there's a nice story to be had here, whichever way this goes for the neutral.
We're just waiting for a few balloons to be burst as they have made their way onto the pitch. Header there from Shea Dunkley for Oxford. That's Curtis Nelson, a loser here at Wembley in the playoff final with Plymouth Argyle last season. Kyle Reid, challenged by Phil Edwards.
Yeah, and that's what Phil Edwards is going to have to do, not allow Kyle Reid to turn and run it in with the ball. He'd much rather keep Kyle Reid facing his own goal. Just letting the winger know he's around there.
Ryan Haynes looking for Reid again. And just like Coventry City in the 1987 FA Cup final, Oxford were underdogs when they won the League Cup here in 1986 against Queen's Park Rangers. Both have been on some journey since their respective cup victories at the old Wembley. Oxford hitting rock bottom and bouncing back. And Coventry may be wondering how far off rock bottom they are. Oxford again caught offside here.
Well, there's a little warning for Coventry City, because if you give Marvin Johnson time and space on the ball, he can pick passes out like this. He's a former striker, isn't he? He knows exactly where Kane Hemmings would want that ball. Lovely delivery in and over, but clearly you can see Kane Hemmings just started his run a fraction too soon. There's a little warning for Coventry, though.
Foul there by Curtis Nelson. Coventry City with an opportunity to load the Oxford penalty area.
They didn't look an awful lot in that. Stuart Bevan, the experience, just backs in there, look.
He's a real pest to try and deal with, Stuart Bevan. He will buzz around that Oxford back line here today.
He is one of the few with vast experience, isn't he, in the Coventry City ranks.
Stokes is forward. Jordan Willis is there too, and Jordan Turnbull. Indian swinger. And fired in by Bigger Romana. Well, he's done things a little bit differently this season in the build-up to this game. Last season he was telling the players individually in the hotel rooms why they wouldn't be selected if they weren't selected. This time the team all found out together, the team news, and he will deal with and speak to those tomorrow that missed out. He just wants to focus on the final and dealing with that.
It's difficult, isn't it, when you've utilised your squad to get you where you are. You are going to have some disappointed players, but ultimately that's the game we're all part of. Disappointments and highlights.
Off the head of Phil Edwards. Here's Kyle Reid again. Stuart Bevan lurking inside the penalty area, as is George Thomas. We've seen plenty of the ball so far. Here's Haynes. Does look to get forward from left back. Eastwood with the decision to come. There's a real scrap going on in the middle there, involving Che Dunkley and Stuart Bevan. Here goes Marvin Johnson on the surge from left back. We saw him start as a striker against Bolton a couple of weeks ago.
Good from Coventry, just keep the ball for a period. Just settle the nerves a little bit.
George Thomas on the move here, trying to get in behind Marvin Johnson. Marvin Johnson wins that particular duel. Nicely done. There's a man whose confidence is coursing through his veins right now. Risky there, though. Got away with it.
It was a huge gamble.
Here's Reid. In the playoffs here with Bradford City. This was an unused substitute in Preston North End's success in the playoffs a couple of years ago. For his third Wembley winners' medal. Bigger Romana. They're snapping in. There's Ryan Ledson. Phil Edwards.
Quite got the passing game going, Oxford United yet.
The only team that like to attack wherever they go. Thrilling Football League Trophy final that they took part in last season against Barnsley, which ultimately Barnsley won.
It was interesting to read. Michael Appleton has no idea where his loser's medal is from last season.
Thrown somewhere, no doubt. There goes Marvin Johnson, the 26-year-old, right in the headlines right now, and a decent ball in, more than decent ball in, trying to pick out Hemmings, but that's what Johnson can provide from that left-back position.
You can already see that this fella's going to be a key player this afternoon, as he loves to get forward, as you'd expect. Good delivery. The shame for Oxford is that only really Kane Hemmings looking to get on the end of that cross. Perhaps he needs a bit of help and a bit of assistance.
Reid. There's Willis, hunted down by the energetic Joe Rothwell. Forward by Stokes. Che Dunkley giving chase to this in a race with Willis. A race which is won by the Oxford centre-back.
Yeah, he was always going to win that, but had Jordan Willis, the Coventry skipper, not chased that lost cause, Dunkley would have had time to control the ball and the pitch as it is. Good industry from Jordan Willis. Won his team a throw-in high up the pitch.
He's been playing in this right-back spot in the last few weeks, Jordan Willis, rather than as a centre-back. Sends that cross in, looking at Bevan, who caught it sweetly, and it's fired home by Gael Bigaramana! Coventry City make their mark in this nightmare season, a moment of glory.
Well, anybody will tell you, if you're going to win a cup final, you need a little bit of luck, a little bit of a bounce of the ball, a little bit of a break, and Coventry City have just had one, and Bigaramana has taken full advantage. Could have gone anywhere. The strike from Bevan strikes the Oxford United defender and drops perfectly for Bigaramana, and he doesn't panic, does he? Strokes the ball into the corner of the net, keeps his cool, keeps his composure, and gives Coventry City the lead.
Well, there was a huge doubt as to whether he would play this weekend because his wife Natalia is due to give birth. He's playing, he's scored. An incredible moment for him and for Coventry City.
Oh, what a moment. But he's right, you know, I like that. He's pointing to his head, saying now, just stay focused.
Well, the flowers being dealt with here at Wembley that have been thrown onto the pitch by the celebrating Coventry City fans. But Coventry, rock bottom of League One, 13 points from safety, are ahead at Wembley.
I have to say, usually the first goal in these big cup finals, playoff games, can be absolutely critical, but of course Oxford United scored the first goal in last season's Football League trophy game and went on to lose, so they'll be hoping, and at least from an Oxford perspective, there's a long time in this game to go.
45,000 Coventry City fans at the moment are in ecstasy. And just to confirm that Gael Bigaramana's wife Natalia did give birth over the weekend to a baby girl, so quite a celebration at the moment in a professional sense for Gael Bigaramana, and of course in a personal sense too.
CheckaTrade Bigaramana, yeah, what a name that would be.
Oxford have to clear their heads here. That's Marvin Johnson. Ball has gone out of play. It will be a corner kick for Oxford United.
Yeah, and they've got history of conceding the first goal in games and showing character and strength and grinding out results. So this game is far from over.
Chris Maguire standing over this, looking at his targets. Great delivery as well, and hooked away brilliantly by Jordan Turnbull.
Well, that is a goal-saving clearance, there is no doubt about that. Wonderful defending. Just for a second you felt he got the wrong side of his man.
There's Lundstrom. Maguire. Ryan Ledson trying to pick out Kane Hemmings. Oxford responding to falling behind here.
Oh, what a clearance this is, goal-saving. It's the wrong side of his man. It's Nelson that is going to get his head on that. Stretches out a real long boot and clears the danger. That is wonderful defending.
They may well have more to do here. Here it goes from Maguire, another good delivery. Kane Hemmings was in the mix. Likewise, Curtis Nelson.
Yeah, I think it was the same duo, wasn't it? This time, Turnbull, whilst he can't make the clearance, he does just enough. Puts Nelson under pressure, doesn't allow his opposition to get a free header. I mean, he's got a fistful of his shirt there, and that is a dangerous game, I have to say.
Well, he spent a few seasons on loan at Swindon Town, Jordan Turnbull. Swindon, Oxford's bitter rival, so he'll be enjoying this right now. There's Ryan Ledson. Turnbull. This now is Kyle Reid. Really trying to get the better of Phil Edwards. He's given Edwards a slip here, and then was taken out. Ryan Ledson leaves his calling card and hopes to avoid a yellow card here.
Well, that's all he can hope for, really. I do feel that referee Chris Sargentson has just given him the benefit of the doubt. It's a cup final, emotions are high. And whilst I think under most circumstances any player would get a yellow card for that, there's no question about it. I like the commonsensical approach of Chris Sargentson there.
Jordan Willis lurking on this side of the penalty area. Not seen yet. It's bigger Romana. There goes John Lundstrom. Rob Hall closed down quickly and too aggressively by Kyle Reid.
And you hope it will be just a ticking off, because standards have certainly been set. Just a fraction late there. He's a player, isn't he, Rob Hall, that can be a real influence on this Oxford United team. Kyle Reid probably aware of that.
Another set piece for Coventry to try and defend. Hall standing over it. Chris Maguire, of course, is also there. Looks like Hall is taking charge of it, though. And Edwards, who can be useful in the air amongst those waiting. Referee with his work cut out to keep an eye on the battles there. There goes from Hall. Easily dealt with. There's Maguire. Kyle Reid manages to get Coventry up the pitch. Now bigger Romana. What Coventry won't want to do is just drop too deep here and allow Oxford United to come onto them.
Certainly when you get your noses in front in a game of football, it is about game management then, isn't it? Can you restrict the opposition whilst retaining a threat yourself?
There's Marvin Johnson. Oxford looking to play themselves out of a tight spot. That's what they do. Maguire chasing after this. Just nudging into the back there of Stokes to make it awkward for him. Hudson takes the hit from Stevenson.
Just drew the young man in there, didn't he? Hudson, clumsy challenge. Situation not that long ago from a set piece, and Rob Hall's delivery was poor. You must get good delivery when you get these opportunities.
Well, Chris Maguire standing over this, we did see him score an unbelievable free kick against Bolton a couple of weeks ago. The ball didn't even spin. It rocketed into the back of the net. He's going for the delivery this time, looking for Shea Dunkley, and it's an important block there from bigger Romana. And Coventry happy to just head it behind.
Well, it's a hands-on head moment for the skipper, because this is a glorious chance. He just drifts in, misses his header completely, hands on his head, because he knows what a chance that is for John Lundstrom.
Want to go short to Maguire. They do like to work this way, Oxford United. Coventry labouring to clear, but they get the job done. More often than not, we do see two players at the corners for Oxford. Referee is way play on. Coventry with a man down. Thomas. From Oxford now with Chris Maguire.
Missed the trick there, Chris Maguire turned out, away and back. Now Coventry to get men back.
And Marvin Johnson scurrying forwards, tracked all the way though by George Thomas.
Oxford United have responded extremely well, haven't they, to going a goal behind, as you'd expect actually. Didn't really settle in the first 10 minutes with their passing game, but certainly asking Coventry City one or two questions now.
Johnson. There's Rob Hall. Haynes looking to deal with it under pressure from John Lundstrom.
That's a very good touch, you know. Chested the ball away from danger, Ryan Haynes. If he gets that wrong, the team could be in trouble.
Runs again with the answer. There's Curtis Nelson. Tim Fisher is probably the most under siege chairman in football right now, the chairman of Coventry City. Coventry owned by a London hedge fund, Sisu. Hedge funds, amongst other things, rescue failing businesses to rebuild them and sell them. And when Sisu walked into Coventry in 2007, 20 minutes before administration was about to hit, the plan was to rebuild the then Championship club and take them into the Premier League and then sell them. Money has been pumped in, over £60 million into the football club. And if you talk to Tim Fisher, he will say, in his opinion, Coventry City's demise is down to bad player recruitment in the last couple of years.
Well, certainly not £60 million worth of bad player recruitment, is there? All clubs live and die by their recruitment, but the demise has been unbelievably dramatic, too dramatic for it just to be as straightforward as that. But the one thing they haven't had is stability, and I do hope Mark Robbins gets that. 4 managers in a season. Another club at the bottom of League Two spring to mind that have had that, and they Leyton Orient. It's just not a recipe for success.
There's only one club I can think of where changing the manager so often worked in recent times. Watford.
Yep.
Oxford on the front foot here. Haynes with the block, another Oxford corner, the pressure beginning to build.
Yeah, it is, and Coventry really have to stand firm here. Big 5 or 10 minutes.
Jay Dunkley makes his move now. It's away by Bigger Romana. There's Kyle Reid. Reid looks in the mood this afternoon. Referee trying to stop Reid in flow, and he manages to do just that.
Well, there may have been a bit of controversy there. I don't think it was Ryan Ledson felt he was fouled by Kyle Reid in that.
Just returned from England under 20 duty, Ryan Ledson has been nominated for the EFL Young Player of the Year. We'll find out if he's won that at the awards next week. There's Reid. He's down again here, Kyle Reid. The referee playing the advantage.
He's been a massive influence, hasn't he, Kyle Reid, in this game.
Oxford again trying to play themselves out of trouble, but Coventry surround them. Bigger Romana. Just about enough on that for Stokes. Too much on that for Thomas.
At least it's a couple of minutes spent away from their own goal, because they were coming under massive pressure, Coventry City.
Hemmings, Maguire, Bigger Romana, Reed, Ruben Lamiras, now Bevan, Stuart Bevan, Dunkley deals with it, Bigger Romana, Ryan Haynes, George Thomas, Lamiras leaves it, Stevenson takes a swing, no real power to trouble Eastwood.
Very, very awkward. Not even a half chance in reality, but good work by Haynes down that left-hand side, stands it up to the far post. Thomas does really well here, but it was a real awkward bounce.
Ryan Haynes, a player for whom Coventry turned down 2 bids in the winter transfer window from unnamed championship clubs. Coventry, of course, building a reputation for producing young talent, bringing them through and having to sell them on.
Of course, Oxford United lost quite a few players, didn't they? Michael Appleton, I know that's the situation that he finds himself in. Maybe a little bit fearful that he may lose 1 or 2 more in the summer as well.
There's Nelson. Nelson again. Kane Hemmings, nice take. Had to be pulled back. Not very happy with it. This is Rob Hall. Now Maguire. Kyle Reid toying with Phil Edwards.
Yeah, he did really well there, Phil Edwards. He didn't commit. Kyle Reid wanted him to commit so he could get a goal kick. And the right back was having none of it.
Well, he had unfinished business at Coventry. Left after 5 months 4 years ago when offered the manager's job at Huddersfield. Mark Robbins didn't get the assurances he wanted at the time about Coventry's future, so he left. And now he's back. He's being told he will get what he wants, budget permitting, to rebuild the club. Head of recruitment is the key role they're looking at, and they're down to the shortlist for that. Stevenson. Hemmings giving chase to this. Dealt with by Jordan Willis. There's Lundstrom. Now it's Hall. Marvin Johnson. Edwards. There's Marvin Johnson again. He's looking for Rothwell to make the offer ahead of him. Rothwell eventually goes, but maybe a little bit too late there for Marvin Johnson, who's done well to protect the ball. Ryan Ledson.
Holding a good shape though, Coventry, making it difficult for Oxford.
And Stuart Bevan. Edwards. Mention the shape, that is something that Mark Robbins constantly works on. The shape of the team in training, he always has done.
Most coaches now up and down the country spend a massive amount of time in a training week working on a team's shape, particularly when they're out without the ball.
Oxford with the ball, Coventry with the lead. And Hemmings was after that. A question asked to the referee. It will be a corner.
Yeah, there was a little touch on that, I think, from Lee Burge as Lundstrom plays that forward. I didn't for a second think it was a penalty. Nothing in that for me. But then, where's the touch? Is there a touch from Coventry? Or is that a cheap corner? It's very hard to see. Goalkeeper? Faintest. It's very hard to see, really.
Oxford with the corner. It was Donald Bigaramana who took charge there for Coventry City. Oxford coming at Coventry again, though. Frustration for John Lundstrom.
Well, even plenty of corners, you know, but the delivery has been really, really poor. I'm sure Michael Appleton will not be happy with the delivery from set pieces. Must do better than that.
Well, he's a manager who's pieced his career back together. Took the Oxford United job almost 3 years ago after being severely lectured by his old mentor, Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex summoned Michael Appleton to his house. And for the Oxford boss, had difficult spells at Pompey and Blackpool and Blackburn. And told him before he takes the next job, he had to do due diligence on the chairman and the squad.
Wise words.
Yeah, Michael Appleton told me he didn't get a word in himself for half an hour. He just sat there and listened.
Why does he sound so surprised? We haven't really seen Coventry for quite some time as an attacking force, but the flip side of that is Lee Burge in the Coventry City goal. I can't remember him having a save to make, and we are over half an hour into this game.
John Lundstrom. Marvin Johnson. There's a buzz around the Oxford fans when he gets on the ball. Again, he's looking for a little bit of movement from Rothwell.
I don't know what Joe Rothwell is doing. He's actually offering Marvin Johnson nothing. Surely could give him an overlap, move inside, but he just goes behind him, doesn't do anything, and that's the upshot, really. Wasted possession.
I mentioned earlier, Marvin Johnson knows what a striker wants. He also knows what he wants as a left midfielder as well. As three positions: left back, left midfield, and striker. They're the three positions he's played this season for Oxford. Here's Stuart Bevan. Dunkley there to greet him. Bevan goes to ground and gets the corner.
He's done well there for his team. Oxford have had all these corners. I think this may be Coventry's first. Can they get a better quality delivery than Oxford have managed?
Ruben Lemiras coming across to take the corner. Both arms raised. There is a plan in here. George Thomas. Well, there was a plan in there, but it didn't quite come to fruition.
So an answer to the question about quality delivery? Emphatic no, wasn't it?
There's George Thomas, bullied off the ball. Maguire. Moving the charge up the field for Oxford United. This is Phil Edwards. Now Marvin Johnson. Lundstrom.
I'm looking at the movement ahead of the ball, so those three players behind Kane Hemmings, and it needs to be better, really. They need, and Oxford are in possession and they're enjoying much more possession than Coventry. They need an outball.
There's a burst now. Haynes with that challenge, but it's crept through here to Phil Edwards. Now Maguire. This is Johnson. Marvin Johnson, it took a nick and ends up on the roof.
Certainly had Burge backpedaling quickly. I'm not sure it did take a nick, did it? It was just a slight miscue. doesn't wrap his foot around it quite enough. He's the shining light, isn't he, in the Oxford team, the left back. Looks dangerous.
Yeah, played a big part in the destruction of Bury on Tuesday night. Scored some outrageous goals this season too, Marvin Johnson. And the scouts are flocking to watch him. Aston Villa and Birmingham City amongst them, and he is from the West Midlands, Marvin Johnson. 26 years of age. Did the non-league circuit for a while and thought about another career. This is Hemmings. John Lundstrom couldn't quite bring the ball under his spell.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. He was sprinting at full pace.
It's been mainly all Oxford since Coventry hit the frontier. Jordan Willis, another who's come through the Coventry City Academy. Bigger Rahman. Willis. Now George Thomas, bigger Ramana. Stuart Bevan hits the deck as Dunkley went down.
Well, I have to say, I thought Jay Dunkley slipped and took Stuart Bevan out under the nose of the assistant referee.
Back at Lee Burge. Here's bigger Amana. Kyle Reid running into Phil Edwards. That challenge there by bigger Amana. The referee right on the scene.
He's been quite tolerant so far, Sargentson, but I'm afraid you can say it's my first one, ref, all you like, but when you launch yourself into a challenge and you don't get the ball, you can expect to see a yellow card. I mean, it's just more enthusiasm than anything. I'm not really sure there's a whole heap of contact, but there's an aggressive lunge, isn't there? And that's what costs him.
Well, he's had the big say on this game so far. Marvin Johnson. Lundstrom. Lundstrom again. He's in and around the Everton first team squad under David Moyes, John Lundstrom, but things changed when Roberto Martinez took charge. Lamiris. This is Rothwell. See the work ethic there of Stuart Bevan hunting down the ball.
Yeah. They've worked really, really hard, Coventry, in this first half.
Johnson looking for Jay Dunkley. What will Michael Appleton want more of right now, Don?
Well, I think it's the three lads behind Kane Hemmings. Needs more from all three of them in terms of the movement. Yes, they're enjoying so much possession, but I'm looking at how they're affecting the game with their movement, and I'm not seeing as much as I should be.
Will do for Coventry right now. Good shape about Coventry City. This could be a test. Burge coming up his line. He is a very positive goalkeeper and had a long time to judge that. Across London later, live on Sky Sports, it's Arsenal against Manchester City, 3:30 Sky Sports 1, and also available in Ultra HD. There's Thomas, bigger Ramana. Now Stuart Bevan. Trying to shake off Nelson. Ruben Lamiras. Lamiras Was surrounded and swarmed around in the end. Here he is again, Lamiras again, it's blocked. Dunkley with it. And now what can Oxford do on the counter-attack? Here goes Kane Hemmings. Marvin Johnson. Johnson's cross, and it was Hall who was lurking in the middle, but unable to direct it on target.
That's another chance, and again, not surprisingly, it comes down this left-hand side. Marvin Johnson is the one trying to make things happen here for Oxford United. Constant source of danger, isn't he? And he's beyond that near post, Rob Hall. It's a difficult execution, but the truth is he's nowhere near getting that on target.
A year ago, he was wondering if he would play again, Rob Hall. He was out injured. Now here he is playing at Wembley.
As I highlighted before, Oxford enjoying a lot of the ball, but Lee Burge in the Coventry City goal yet to have to make a save. Clearly that has to change.
We'll be hoping they didn't use all their goals up this week in that win against Bury. Really impressive win at the Kassam Stadium on Tuesday night. The perfect send-off for this showpiece occasion. There's a man who was on the end of a heavy challenge by Ryan Lowe in that game. Marvin Johnson. There was a sharp intake of breath from all of the Kassam Stadium when he went down that night. That one was Simon Eastwood, over in the Oxford goal, who damaged his shoulder making a save. Marvin Johnson, more or less playing as a wing-back.
I don't know if Joe Rothwell is carrying a bit of a knock, you know, but he's not covering an awful lot of ground. And every time the ball comes to Marvin Johnson, I'm wondering how he's helping the full-back, playing down that left side with him. But I'm not so sure he hasn't got a little bit of a knock, you know.
Yeah, he does look to be limping, Joe Rothwell. He's just breaking into a jog now as Oxford move forward. Ledson trying to find that killer pass. It's a corner.
I think he's got a bit of a problem. I've been waiting for him to make movements for every time Marvin Johnson has got on the ball. He hasn't moved too far. That would indicate he's injured.
Well, it comes to nothing for Oxford United. It's been a first half of frustration for Chris Maguire and co so far.
Coventry have come with a game plan and they've absolutely nailed it. Mark Robbins will be thrilled. Yes, they got a little bit of a lucky break, as sometimes you need to score a goal. Took full advantage of it, and they've really done a good job of protecting their goalkeeper, haven't they? Really restricted Oxford United's chances.
There was only one or two clubs that he would have come back into football for. Mark Robbins, Coventry City being right at the top of the list.
Talking about potential, and any prospective new owners, look at 44,000 Coventry City fans here today. Massive potential, but it needs untapping.
There's Rothwell. To be moving okay now, Joe Rothwell, as he takes the game to Coventry and forces yet another Oxford corner. So one additional minute. Can Oxford make one of these count here? Taken by Chris Maguire. Dunkley was up at the far post, was under pressure from Haynes.
Yeah, young left-back has done really well not to allow Shea Dunkley a free header here. It's a better delivery to the far post, but yeah, just challenges him. That's enough to put him off.
There's Johnson. Coventry City have got their feet under the Wembley table again. Mark Robins' side leading at the break, thanks to a strike from Gael Bigaramana, who celebrated the birth of his daughter this weekend. Now he celebrates a goal at Wembley. And Coventry City lead Oxford United by a goal to nil. We've seen very little as an attacking force of Oxford, who haven't really troubled Lee Burge at all. They've seen plenty of the ball, but Coventry have the goal. They lead at the break by a goal to nil.
Well, Coventry in the lead at half-time, Keith. Just what do they need to do, obviously, other than concede a goal, to stay in this game and manage it all the way to the final?
I can't see Oxford being as bad and as wasteful in the final third in this half. I think they really need to nail down those two banks of four and really restrict the space, certainly in the heart of the defence. In the main, it's been Brooklyn. It's been 2-3 occasions where they have looked that little bit rusty, but certainly Oxford's point of view, they've looked to push on.
And given the context, just how big is this 45 minutes for Coventry City?
I think it will be huge, I really do. I think the overall picture, they're looking for those new owners, and if they can wrap this cup competition up, it will be a fantastic achievement.
And if we look at Oxford United, Gael Bigaramana, a wonderful first-half goal, coolly taken. Oxford United, what do they need to do second half to get back into it?
Go back to Rob Hall, Chris Maguire. Hemmings has been a little bit wasteful in terms of the timing of his runs. I would bring Joe Scars on left back to enable Marvin Johnson to push up, and I think if they get comfortable possessions, the Coventry midfield has been so condensed that it is on for the big switch of play. I think Marvin Johnson could be utilised further forward.
He's kind of personified, isn't he, Michael Appleton? What do you think he's told his troops at half-time?
Well, you're spot on. You've seen the dressing room with two different types of team talks. I think he wants more of the same in the first two tours, but certainly that final touch, and he knows his players are capable. It just hasn't happened to date.
Well, we're all set for the second half. Let's rejoin our commentary team, Don Goodman and Gary Weaver.
Thank you, David. No changes at the break by either team. Oxford to get us underway in this second half, attacking the east end of the stadium where their fans are housed. And Michael Appleton will be looking for more of a cutting edge from his team. You always hear managers say, do not leave anything out there on the pitch on occasions such as these. Do not leave this stadium with any regrets. Oxford looking to respond. Coventry looking to hold what they have. And who knows, add to the scoreline here. They are rising to the occasion at Wembley again, 3 decades on from their most famous day. At the moment, Coventry City are creating memories to cherish once more. But Don, you'd imagine that Oxford will give Coventry a little bit more to think about in the second half.
Well, you would think so. I mean, it must be difficult for coaches to try and get their point across while the game's taking place. Wembley is so vast, really. So Michael Appleton would have been relieved to get them in to the dressing room at half-time. He knows what his team are capable of, and they didn't show enough in an attacking sense in that first half, and he will expect better.
Lemiras looking for Willis. Coventry City corner right at the start of this second 45. Coventry attacking the end where their most vocal fans are right now. 45,000 from Coventry inside Wembley Stadium.
And of course, the last thing Oxford United can afford to do is to go 2 goals behind in this game. Really give themselves a mountain to climb.
Edwards keeping a watch on Jordan Willis. When Coventry did win the FA Cup here back in 1987, there was a newspaper article which said 11 unknowns against 11 international stars when they took on Tottenham, and the article read that only the Coventry's family and friends would know the players. That article was pinned to the dressing room wall at Wembley and provided motivation to the men who became legends.
Absolutely.
Haynes stepping in. That's Ledson. Turnbull. And Stuart Bevan. Now Kyle Reid. Stopped in his tracks there by a combination of Hall and Edwards.
Yeah, good referee, and I think knew exactly what Kyle Reid was trying to do there. Buy a cheap free kick. Referee not having it.
Lemiras beaten to it by Dunkley. This is Stevenson. Lemiras again. The first time we've seen an effort at goal blocked by Dunkley. This is Hemmings. Turnbull winning that battle. Turnbull carrying the fight to Oxford United. Stuart Bevan looking to spin. Bevan. Turnbull was the furthest player forward there. He motored forward from centre-back. Couldn't quite get a touch on it.
Stuart Bevan looking for his moment of glory here, really. I think he had better options available further out wide. I don't think he was ever going to score from there.
Foul by Haynes. Saw one for Rob Hall.
He's managed to keep Rob Hall relatively quiet, but that is a fraction late. He's a lucky boy not to see a yellow card for that, there's no question.
Sargentson has shown just a one yellow card so far, which came the way of Gael Bigaramana. Hall with that cross. That's Turnbull. Now George Thomas, scorer in the semi-final win against Wycombe. I think he's playing with a little bit more freedom now since Mark Robbins came in.
They seem much more organised, don't they? Like we said, going into this game, I mean, confidence boost of back-to-back wins for Coventry. It's there for all to see.
Yeah, it's just held off the seemingly inevitable for now, the relegation to League Two. As I said at the start of the piece, this today a chance to just suspend reality. Bigaramana, Thomas has made the offer, and Thomas is onside here. George Thomas forced a little wide, he had Dunkley hunting him down.
Well, Shea Dunkley is a very lucky boy. He had absolutely no idea that George Thomas was running off the back of him, so he lets that ball go. He doesn't react until Thomas is in, but angle was always against the young man. He never really had the ball under control. Certainly never really threatened the goal, but they've got the consolation of a corner here, Coventry.
And it's Thomas who's picked himself up and will launch that set piece inside the Oxford penalty area. Over the top from Kyle Reid. Well, we mentioned the 1987 FA Cup win, and there's the man who, alongside George Curtis, guided Coventry City to that success, John Sillett. 80 years of age now. He has been brought to tears with Coventry City's demise. Today is a very proud day back at Wembley. And seeing Coventry City leading the way at the moment.
A hero, what a man. I'll just say that run from young George Thomas epitomises the difference for me in these two teams. He has endeavoured to run in behind the defenders, turn Oxford, make them face their own goal. I'm not really seeing that threat from the Oxford United players.
Stevenson. Forward by Willis. Shea Dunkley. Bevan breathing down his neck, and Oxford not looking comfortable at all here.
He certainly could have done with information. He had so much time, he's not really under any pressure, and he's a good footballer, Shea Dunkley, but just panics. It's a very, very cheap corner.
Well, they switched off here, and Coventry looking for a second, and Eastwood, I think, got a touch on that to keep out Thomas. Oxford looked to have switched off, and Coventry were almost in.
And that would have been criminal, wouldn't it? Coventry managed to find the net, and George Thomas again sharp, hits the target, forces the save, and that's the difference between these two teams.
You can see John Lundstrom, he'd taken his eye off the ball and was barking instructions to his teammates, and behind his back, Coventry were getting on with things. Making life awkward for that Oxford United back line. Now the chance of a break could be on here for Oxford. Chris Maguire. Kane Hemmings giving chase to it. Hemmings is still there. And Bigger Romana, likewise.
Oh, what a chance. And again, lack of communication. That's the first big moment for Oxford. We win the ball back and they break at pace, and they need to do more of this. Wonderful ball from Maguire, but that little turn there, trying to cut inside, and that's where the chance was gone. Bigger Romana saw the danger away. Hasn't had too many opportunities like that, Kane Hemmings.
Only scored 15 times this season, had a really prolific spell at Dundee last season. The door was open there for Oxford, but Coventry just about slammed it shut. Stevenson's losing out. Now Coventry on the back foot as Ledson charges forward. This is Hall. Rob Hall.
It just sums up what's happening in the final third for Oxford, isn't it? There's been a real lack of quality. Players on different wavelengths. I would suggest he will not wait too much longer before he decides to change things up here, Michael Appleton.
Yeah, as the likes of Liam Sercombe, Josh Ruffles amongst those on the bench, Joe Scars, who Keith Andrews suggested at half-time could come on at left-back so they could release Marvin Johnson further forward up the pitch. But of course they were without the cup-tie Conor McAleny and Tony Martinez. McAleny scored a hat-trick against Bury on Tuesday. There's Kyle Reid. George Thomas, lovely first touch, brilliant second! There's nothing like it to score a goal at Wembley. A moment to last a lifetime, and that was pure class.
Well, remember Keith Houchin's diving header in 1987. I think 40-odd thousand Coventry fans are going to remember young George Thomas's brilliant half volley. And it comes out of absolutely nowhere, just a high ball. Kyle Reid does well, helps the ball down the line, and then gets on the end of the return pass. Absolutely wonderful. This is the good bit. He picks George Thomas out because he's got the vision and the awareness, but still, he has got so much to do, George Thomas, as this ball arrives at him. The first touch is sublime. The second touch is an absolute stunner. And it is a moment he will never, ever forget as long as he lives. It's unstoppable. Eastwood can only admire it, and Coventry City have got that all-important second goal.
Incredible. Not just the goal, but the story that's developing here. Coventry City have been in a mess, but they've come to Wembley. They have a 2-goal lead. They've just scored a goal, which is sheer class. And George Thomas with a moment to remember, having to change his shirt before he retakes his position on the pitch, and Michael Appleton has been forced into a change here. Ryan Ledson's game is over, and on comes Liam Sercombe. Well, this is a mountain to climb now for Oxford United. Well, George Thomas having to change his shirt because he had a nosebleed. I'm not sure if that was in the celebration or before that. Blood on the shirt, he's had to change it. He is used to being that far forward, so it won't be because of that.
No. You won't care. I mean, he's just had the most special moment that any footballer can have. say, it was Coventry looking the more likely. Apart from that one counter-attack, Oxford still haven't really Coventry's goal under any real threat.
Maybe now, this is Kane Hemmings. Sercombe immediately involved, trying to push Coventry City back here. Sercombe, a player who they thought this season had ended a few months ago because of injury.
Well, I think there's another goal in this game, I really do. I'm not sure which way it will go.
Marvin Johnson on a mazy run. It's ricocheting around and it's dealt with. Jordan Willis, Coventry-born, Coventry-bred, helping out his team when they needed him most there.
Once again, it's brilliant from Marvin Johnson. He really doesn't deserve to be on the losing team, the left-back, does he?
Well, Dion Kelly-Evans has been readied already to come on and possibly replace Jordan Willis here. It was a doubt for the game. It will be a straight swap at right back. Dion Kelly-Evans, who's small in size, big in heart, and he's a really aggressive defender as well.
Well, look at that encouragement from his manager. He knows it's a big, big moment for the young man. It's a sad moment for Jordan Willis, not lasting the 90 minutes, but there's every chance he'll have the consolation of going up the stairs, or hobbling up the stairs, and lifting the CheckaTrade trophy. That'll do for him, I'm sure.
Well, there are lifts here, as we found out earlier, though. There's a change then. Jordan Willis off. On comes Dion Kelly-Evans. 20 years of age. His brother Devon is also on the Coventry City books. Twin brother. Another who is Coventry-born, representing the club of his city. Oxford needs something here. Just a spark to get them going at the moment. The most likely for them looks like being Marvin Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's Hall. Burge gets down sharply.
Is that the first shot on target for Oxford after an hour? I think it may well be, you know. At least it's positive from Rob Hall.
Hall with the corner. Referee having a look at that. Challenge that was made by Stuart Bevan. Typically tigerish.
I dare to suggest the next 10 minutes for Coventry absolutely massive. Must not let Oxford United back into this game.
Nelson's throw. Burge gathers. Since the start of last season, only Manchester United have won more games than Oxford. United with 61 victories from 108. Oxford have won 60. Promotion from League 2 last season, getting to the final of this particular competition last season and this. And let's not forget, they are ahead of schedule where they are in League 1 right now, just off the playoff places.
Absolutely, they're a club progressing, but that will not take away the pain of a cup final defeat, I'm afraid.
John Lundstrom. Ruben Ramirez. Bevan ahead of it. George Thomas on the outside. Bevan goes the other way.
Yeah, he went the wrong way.
Option.
Yeah, he went the wrong way. Just lost a little bit of composure here. Still got to realise there's at least half an hour left in this game.
Slow starters to the season, Oxford, as they look to try and replace the goals of Danny Hilton and Kamal Roof. Callum O'Dowd also left the club as well. think he's just held his hand up, acknowledging what he's just done. Card for the big Oxford centre-back.
I think it's just the cynical nature, isn't it? Ramirez is away. Very, very cynical. Easy decision for the referee.
Stokes is now wearing the captain's armband, looking at Thomas. Oh, a lovely touch from George Thomas to welcome that ball in. There's no stopping him right now, or is there? He's picked the cross out, no one at the far post for Coventry City. Excellent play from a man who is right on top of his game right now.
Yeah, confidence absolutely sky high. Feels he can do anything, look at that. Again, gets a little bit benefit of a ricochet, but good attacking intent. I'm surprised. I expected a bigger response from Oxford in this second half. I mean, they've got players out there that are having zero effect on this game. Chris Maguire, Joe Rothwell. I haven't seen them. I'm not really sure where Joe Rothwell is playing. I thought he was supposed to be a forward-thinking player, but I can't actually work it out. He's not having any impact really on this game.
Here he is. He's been moved into a central midfield position since Ryan Ledson left the pitch by the looks of things. Did start out as a winger at Manchester United before being moved inside.
This fella, he's having an effect on the game. George Thomas on the other side is having an effect on the game. Stuart Bevan, clever movement. Ramirez, all the forward-thinking players are having a positive impact for Coventry City, and that's the difference between these two teams here.
Coventry City, a club that, as it stands, will be homeless at the end of next season when their tenancy agreement at the Ricoh Arena runs out. A club which is fighting like tigers to hold on to its academy status, a club whose training ground will be sold, but they are looking for a new base, a bigger base. They won't sell the training ground until that has happened. Off the pitch, it has been chaotic. On the pitch, today at Wembley, it is all coming together. This is the 56th game of Oxford United's campaign, and they're losing this big final by 2 goals to nil right now.
Well, if there was a bit of good fortune about the first goal, this second goal is just all about quality and class. And I promise you, if we saw Lionel Messi or Ronaldo do this, we would be absolutely waxing lyrical. It is an absolutely stunning goal in every sense, worthy of winning any trophy.
It's the 56th game of Oxford's season, and I know a couple of weeks ago Michael Appleton had just started holding back a little bit on training because he felt that the pace of the season was just beginning to affect his players.
It's possible, plus maybe 1 or 2 of them have just frozen a little bit in this pressure cooker that is Wembley in a cup final.
Kane Hemmings. There's Thomas. Ruben Ramirez, once of Tottenham. Kelly Evans on the outside. Here is Dion Kelly Evans. George Thomas was moving for it. Dunkley beat him to the punch.
And again, real good, positive, attacking intent, but also knowing they've got the insurance policy of those behind them They're keeping a brilliant shape. They're playing with an awful lot of discipline.
Haynes. Forward by Phil Edwards. Oxford caught offside. Quarter of this contest to sort this out for Oxford. Michael Appleton and the hugely experienced Derek Fazackerley alongside him.
Just takes one moment of brilliance from an Oxford player. Gets them right back in this cup final.
Chris Turnbull. Bigger Romano, stolen away from him by John Lundstrom. Maguire collected into by Dion Kelly-Evans. They say he's not one to hold back. Maguire. He's have magic in his boots, Chris Maguire, and that's what Oxford need right now. There's Phil Edwards. This is Hall.
Good shape again, forced Oxford all the way back. It's absolute tactical masterclass at the minute from Coventry.
Hall. Turnbull right on his toes. There's Marvin Johnson. Johnson's ball. Turnbull's there again. Rothwell looking to have a swing, then hits the deck. This now is Phil Edwards, says Liam Sercombe. A block again from Haynes that will take tackles and blocks like that to see this through for Coventry City. There's Kyle Reid. He's looking to run the full length of the Wembley pitch. Has he got the free kick? Referee says no.
Well, it doesn't matter, but it's brilliant from him. It really is. He's just ran his team on the edge of their own penalty area all the way up to the other end of the pitch.
Phil Edwards. There's Maguire. Edwards cross, Haynes came in. Marvin Johnson. Wild in the end from Maguire. Turned out to be a good pass. Oxford looking to try and give this a go in the final 20 minutes. Marvin Johnson. There's John Lundstrom. Marvin Johnson again. Coventry again with the answer. Steve Igrizovic in conversation there with Marcus Tugay, a man who won the FA Cup here with Coventry at Wembley in 1987. A dozen of them still meet up every few weeks, including Steve and Cyril Regis, Mickey Ginn as well, who I know is watching this at home. They were the winners last time in the 87 FA Cup. Are they watching winners of today, or will Oxford upset the Coventry party here?
Those guys, Coventry City legends, etched their names in the fabric of Coventry City. And these young boys are literally 20 minutes away from doing the same thing here.
Oxford needs something, and they need something now. Maguire standing over this free kick. Well, there was something in there. Now he's about to blow his whistle and let things continue. Maguire helped on his way by Burge.
Good free kick. At last, a bit of quality delivery from Oxford, but Lee Burge is equal to it. And goalkeeper's starting position is excellent, and that's what allows him to make it's a comfortable save, really, in the end. Helps it on its way.
Ball with the corner. Vigor stooping low. It's ball again. Dunkley was forward, but unable to get over the top of it.
Well, again, no free header. This time it's Chris Stokes. It's a big, powerful man, Shea Dunkley. Coventry aware of him, challenge him. And it's that challenge from Stokes that aided and abetted by Jordan Turnbull. Makes life very difficult for Shea Dunkley.
Nelson, not Stevenson. There's Marvin Johnson. Now Maguire. Fans roaring in hope here. Hope that they can change things, particularly when you dress like that.
They need a hero, they do.
Well, circumfires that! Hope restored! Belief restored! And this final is not done yet!
Well, did we say they needed a hero? He just found one. Very, very difficult for Lee Burge, this in the goal. There are so many bodies between him and the ball. He can't possibly have a clear view, but technically it's brilliant from Circum. Not easy, this. And the way he keeps the ball down, adjusts his feet, fires it through. It goes through so many pairs of legs. Poor Lee Burge in the Coventry goal has no time to react.
Liam Circum, a man whose season they thought was over just before winter hit. He has just given Oxford United an opportunity here.
You know what they say about goals, they change games because they change mentalities, and all of a sudden Coventry City very positive. Oxford have something to go at now.
Ramirez! Almost an instant response.
What Coventry don't want this game to become is stretched.
George Thomas having a say again and winning the free kick.
We praised Marvin Johnson all afternoon, but he's just took an enormous risk there. George Thomas was equal to it. And then commits the foul.
Liam Circum, the man to step up and strike for Oxford United and keep their hopes alive.
That was the hardest thing for him to do, was to keep that ball down, and he did it absolutely brilliantly.
Oxford voices filling the air at Wembley. But it's Coventry on the attack with this free kick here. Here's Vigor. Stevenson. This now is Stuart Bevan trying to trick his way through. Thomas on the scene. And he is met by Simon Eastwood.
excellent goalkeeping. Out very, very quickly. Kept his team in this tight.
Look at Oxford now, looking for another goal here. Hall on the charge, Birch with a save. Hemmings lurking. Stevenson smashes the ball away.
Nice. Comfortable save, and it probably shouldn't have been, really. He never really looked convincing, did he, really, Rob Hall? Never really thought, yes, surefire goal. It's a tame effort, really, straight at the goalkeeper. It's a comfortable save.
Rob Hall again commits the foul. But a respite for Coventry.
Well, he was the catalyst, and Hall has just had the chance to bring his team level, but technically, the way he adjusts his feet, the way he keeps that ball down, that's the reason he scores. Excellent technique. Big goal for him. Need another one.
Slocum, his 100th game for Oxford, who has stepped up and scored. Well, Robbins has been speaking in the weeks since he's taken over about a fragility mentally amongst the Coventry City players. It's a young team. And this fragile confidence will now be tested.
It will be.
It's a young Oxford team as well. There's Kyle Reid, who does have experience. With the head of Devon, Dunkley meets it. There's Haynes. Dunkley. Stevenson. Who they thought was on the way to Brentford in the January transfer window. They do, at the moment, have to sell one player a season, Coventry City, to fill the financial hole. George Thomas, he's enjoying himself out there. 20-year-old who is revelling on the big stage here.
Well, he's been yellow carded already, hasn't he? Romana, the referee gives him the benefit of the doubt here. You don't want to spoil it, do you? Showpiece by sending a player off, but he was scared, wasn't he?
If ever a look said, please don't send me off,
Please.
that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
Gael Bigger Romano. 10 minutes to play. An absorbing cup final. The CheckaTrade trophy is down to the final 10 minutes here. At the moment, it's Coventry City who will be getting their hands on it, but you just get the feeling that there might be another twist.
I said at 2-0 that I felt there would be another goal in this game. I wasn't sure which way, but it's certainly set up a grand stand finish, which is not what you wanted if you're a Coventry City fan.
Jody Jones is coming on, and he will replace George Thomas, who has lit up Wembley with a goal to remember, and at the moment, it's the match winner. A swing of a boot, which may just have made him a legend.
Wow, it was more than just a swing of the boot. It was a touch of a boot, and then pure ecstasy, pure perfection. And he will never forget it, no matter what happens between now and the final whistle. He'll certainly enjoy it more if it's the winning goal.
So on in his place comes Jody Jones, a player who was much coveted when he was at Dagenham and Redbridge. It was Coventry City who made the move. And he's on the pitch in this final. This is Kyle Reid, hunting down there from Maguire, and he's raced after the ball to try and get things going. CheckaTrade Trophy, Football League Trophy final attendance at the new Wembley today. And at the moment, the majority of them in terms of Coventry City fans, are enjoying it. 45,000 Coventry fans here. Many have travelled too from Oxford, and they are hoping for a big finish from their team here to try and get themselves back into this final. A reminder, by the way, if it is level after 90 minutes, we will have extra time in the final.
Another reminder for those watching around the world, this is our third tier. Staggering, isn't it? There's not another country in the world that would get a crowd like that for third tier football.
The message is clear.
It's not wise to wish your life away, is it? But right now, 10, 15 minutes, I'm sure he would.
Stevenson. There's Dunkley. Nelson. Now Phil Edwards. Lundstrom. Nice ball to Marvin Johnson. Johnson. Second again, trying to bulldoze his way through. Johnson. John Lundstrom. Coventry looking to keep their shape here. Stevenson gets to it. Lundstrom once more. Heavy touch from him. Now it's Nelson. Chris Maguire in combat with Kelly Evans. Well, we all love the game, don't we? But there are moments when it can really get to you. We've all been there.
We certainly have.
Second trying to charge forward from deep. Kyle Reid leading the breakout for Coventry City. How much is left in the tank? He's bought the foul there from Second, who's about to be yellow carded.
That's brilliant again, isn't it, from Kyle Reid? Again, carrying his team away from danger and drawing a foul, which just takes the pressure off his team. Just what Coventry needed.
Treatment here. And Tim Fisher, the Coventry City chairman, is kind of the bridge between the club and the hedge fund owner Sisu. Coventry fans desperate to see the back of Sisu, but the hedge fund is making a profit, and while it's doing that, they won't sell, and they certainly won't sell at the moment with the club at rock bottom. They've invested tens of millions of pounds, which has taken them to a place that they never even thought of, which is close to the fourth tier. And they do still put money in, and there's no one yet prepared to offer to buy the club for a price Sisu would even consider selling at. So that's the situation they're in off the pitch.
In summary, a rather large mess is what you're saying, isn't it?
Shea Dunkley. Kyle Reid's back on the pitch. And the message, of course, was Coventry fans no longer want Sisu as their owners, but as I mentioned, Sisu as a hedge fund are making money.
I don't really care about what's gone on, but somewhere along that chain has been a massive case of gross mismanagement. The football club have suffered.
Phil Edwards. Flagged away by Turnbull. But if Sisu were to suddenly leave, obviously Coventry City financially would be in a mess, and it wouldn't be in their interest for that to happen. What they need is for a buyer to come forward and offer the money that Sisu would sell at if they were prepared to sell. That's how it stands off the pitch. On the pitch here, Coventry City, 2 minutes away from being Wembley winners again. Hall's cross, Burge claims.
He's done what's been asked of him, hasn't he, Lee Burge? You probably expected to be a bit more busy than he actually has, but he's handled the crosses. He's made a couple of fairly routine saves and had absolutely no chance with a goal.
Stevenson down and Rothwell.
Today's man of the match is Coventry City's number 27.
Cameron's team score late on here. They've done it before. He needs a goal. They need a goal.
Yeah, they've scored a lot of goals in added time in games of football, so just got to keep believing, Oxford United. There's no other pitch like Wembley that gives players cramp, is there? I just wonder whether it's largely to do with the occasion. Nervous energy burned.
Wide open spaces of Wembley. Field of dreams for some, horrors for the other. The losers who will leave here out the back door. Oxford United about to bring on Josh Ruffles, who's from Oxford, who has spent 11 years at Coventry City. And off goes Joe Rothwell, who did look to be struggling in the first half with an injury. It's the end of his game now.
The fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 5 minutes of time.
We'll have 5 additional minutes.
Well, that's a minimum, and we're sort of 30 seconds into that already, so you would suspect 5 minutes from now.
Nelson with the header. Oh, good. That had been Oxford United's big moment. Kane Hemmings was lurking.
It's a chance. Well, they've sent Nelson forward, haven't they, to play as an emergency striker. They're going to hit him. They hit him there. He knocks it down to Hemmings, who gets no real contact. He's under pressure from Kelly Evans. But again, it's a little half a chance.
There goes Kyle Reid again. He's been doing this all afternoon.
He's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. As have many in sky blue.
Off the head of Haynes. An Oxford throw in. How much do Oxford have left here? A marathon season. And now it's just a short sprint to the final whistle. And we're the favourites to win this. But as we know, Wembley doesn't recognise favourites too often. And that will do for Coventry.
They will take their time. You cannot blame them.
Turnbull, bigger Romana. Stokes in a battle with Hemmings. Marvin Johnson has scored a late winner at Luton in the semi-final. A wonder goal. Oxford needs some of that magic now. Ball deflected, corner Oxford.
Well, nervous times for Coventry City, really nervous times, because the big guys up front now, they're winning the knockdowns and they're just getting these little half chances coming their way, Oxford.
Simon Eastwood has gone forward. The Oxford goalkeeper is inside the Coventry City box. And at the moment he's unmarked. Over his head, Nelson meets it, and Bird with a brilliant save, and Coventry City have held on. How did they do that?
Well, heads in hands all around. I really am not sure how this ball stays out of the net. Free header, it's helped into an area. And that is a brilliant save. And then there's a clearance off the line from Bigger Romana. Not once, Oxford denied, twice. And I wonder whether that is the moment Coventry have won this cup.
Incredible save. And then right on the line, Bigger Romana to keep Coventry City ahead. There's Haynes. Oxford need this going forward, and quick. Ruffles. Bigger Romana involved again. It will be a throw-in.
Well, Nelson, we know, a massive throw. Going to be a substitution first, I think.
Yeah, Coventry about to make a change here. Stuart Bevan, the man to make way, whose granddad Cyril was a fullback at Oxford for 10 years, and whose granddad Cyril was supporting Oxford today. On in his place comes Marcus Tudgett.
Keepers up again. All or nothing for Oxford United.
Nelson on the launch pad. Eastwood looks to attack it. He's out of goal, and this is Jones. Jones running the whole length of the Wembley pitch. Marvin Johnson gets to it, gets the free kick. Well, this is it. The final's down to this. Haynes. The referee checks his watch. And fired over the bar at the last by Liam Sercombe. And with that, the trophy may have gone for Oxford.
Oh yeah, that is that. Technically brilliant with his goal. Not so that time. And they have to believe, and you all have to believe, that that is it. And once again, Coventry City have defied expectation.
Wembley, which gave Coventry City its greatest day, has become their field of dreams again. The stadium's changed, but the feeling is just the same. And wouldn't you just know it, the underdogs would come here and win. And Coventry City have won the CheckaTrade trophy. A double celebration for Kyle Bigger Romana, scoring the opening goal on the weekend that he became a father. The club, where he knocked on the door as a youngster and asked for a trial, they gave him a trial, his career took off. And now he's in tears of joy, because Coventry City have emerged as winners of the CheckaTrade trophy. An incredible weekend for him, an incredible weekend for this football club. And George Thomas with the winning goal. quite a strike too. For Oxford United, yet again, the hopes of lifting this trophy have disappeared. Wembley, a field of regrets for them once more. But Mark Robins always said he had unfinished business as manager of Coventry City. He's been brought back and he's led Coventry City onto the winners' podium here. And let's not forget Russell Slade, Tony Mowbray and Mark Venus as well, who played their parts in this run. As for Michael Appleton, it's the second year in a row that his team have lost out in the final. But they are way ahead of schedule, we said this already. Where they are in League One right now, they're still knocking on the playoff door, their season's not over yet. But today, Coventry City have emerged as the winners. An incredible tale. They have had some real low moments this season, but now the brightest on the biggest stage.
Congratulations, boys. Kyle, another Wembley win. What does this one mean to you?
This one means a lot to me, obviously, because on the back of the season that we're having this year is not been the best in the league. So for us to come here today with the support that we got here today, 43,000 plus, is tremendous. And I'm just happy for everyone involved in the club, especially this man here. Since he's come in, he's been terrific for us. He's given us that dimension up front that we needed to play off and keep the ball and work hard from the top. So I'm pleased for everyone, and for me to be here again and get another win under my belt is another thing, a big achievement for me and my family.
You two are the experienced players in this team. Stuart, have you had to help the inexperienced players through this week?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, but for occasions like this, I think we're all in the same boat, so they've helped just as much as we've helped them. But just obviously absolutely delighted to come here today and win, and as you can see what it means to everyone.
Had to show big character that second half when Oxford came back into it.
We did. We dug in. Maybe a while ago we wouldn't have held on, but I thought we showed great determination and we deserved the win in the end.
Well done. Thanks very much. Go and lift that trophy. Jordan, well done. You've got your hands on that trophy. What was it like lifting it?
Dream come true. That's all I can describe it as, you know. As a boy, you dream of winning a cup final and lifting that trophy, and to be able to do it is just amazing.
You had to come off injured. Was it a bit of a limp up the steps?
Yeah, you know, sitting there watching this, the second half after I've come off, I'm even cramping up on the bench, but you know, I managed to make it up those stairs and lift the trophy.
Was it a tough watch, the last half hour from the bench?
It was, especially when their first goal goes in, and there were a couple goal-mouth scrambles. So skipped a few heartbeats there, but managed to keep them out.
And as captain today, what does it mean to you to do it for all these fans, over 43,000 Coventry fans, and they've had a tough time of it of late, haven't they?
It means everything. You know, they've had a tough time over recent years, and to just reward them with this is just everything. You know, the season we've had as well, but you know, this is a reward for them.
And Mark Robins has made a real impact. 3 wins on the spin now. Do you think what might have been if he maybe come back sooner?
You can't really think about that. You know, we can only think about now, and hopefully we can continue this form into the league and have a strong finish to the season.
Keep hold of that trophy. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mark. What was the key to that today? How proud are you of these players?
I'm really proud of them, honestly. There's a lot of young lads in that team. There's players that are playing out of position. There's players that haven't played for a long time. Chris Stokes hasn't played for ages, so he's lasted 90 minutes today. You can see what it means to everybody. And just to see the supporters' reaction to the win was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal day. Listen, this has got a lot more to do with Tony Mowbray and Mark Venus and Russell Slade. But at this, you know, I'm stood in their stead today. But that performance was absolutely fantastic, outstanding. I think Oxford are a really good side. Appy's got them playing. We found it difficult at times to try and get on the ball. We needed to take more control of the midfield areas. We did it at times in spells in games, but we spent long periods out of possession. But being out of possession as well, they've learned so quickly and so well in terms of how they're going to press and close down. Goalkeeper at the end made an unbelievable save. I thought it was a really good game.
How have you done it today, though, considering what a disappointing season it has been in the inexperience you've got?
I think it must have been meant. I think it must have been meant. You know, we've got Bagheeri Mana, whose wife gave birth yesterday. He's missed yesterday's training, the preparation. What a weekend it's been for him. He comes to Wembley, he scores a goal, and his firstborn child. We've worked hard. We've worked on it all week, in fairness. We've lost Callum Riley early doors, and it's a real big blow for him. Kwame Thomas and the decisions you have to make in leaving these young players out. They've got to bounce back and see what it's like and try and strive to come back. You can see the supporters have been starved for 30 years, and you can see what it means to everyone. It's just a fantastic day for Coventry City.
Does this show what the club can be with a sea of sky blue behind you today?
Everybody's seen the potential. I think Oxford have been fantastic. Their supporters were unbelievable. It's been a really good atmosphere today, and I think the game was played in a good spirit. They played, I thought in fairness, I thought they were on top in the game. But the 2 goals, George Thomas's strike and Bagheera Mana's calmness in front of goal, have won it for us at the end of it. It's fantastic, brilliant.
And having won the last 2 league games as well, really positive signs for these fans for the future.
Yeah, 3 on the bounce. We've got an easier game now at Bramall Lane on Wednesday night.
Thanks, Mark. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Could this be the catalyst, perhaps not this season, but for the future of Coventry City, for them to kick on?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, the infrastructure needs to be put in place. The new owners, how that will happen, when that will happen, we don't know. But look, in my eyes, it's a championship club. It really is. They've got a long, long way to go before they can get there. They need a home. They need a training ground that they own. They've got a really good youth system that we see the players coming through year after year. The potential is there.
Well, for Coventry City's moment of glory, let me hand you back to Gary Weaver.
Well, just another incredible story at Wembley, isn't it? New or old, Coventry City, this time writing the headlines. The underdogs who were climbing the stairway to the stars here, the most famous staircase in football. And Coventry City about to stand at the top of it with the silverware. Chris Stokes with the captain's armband after Jordan Willis limped off injured. 30 years on from their greatest triumph in the 1987 FA Cup final win. Those heroes, many of whom are watching on here today. Steven Agrizovic, of course, is the goalkeeping coach. Now it's the heroes of today. A different competition. Coventry in a different place right now. Wembley a different place, but this feeling will mean just as much. Jordan Willis, Coventry born and bred. He's come through the academy. He leads his team up the staircase. He'd have dreamt about this last night. He'd have dreamt about it for the last few weeks since Coventry City took their place in the final. And that trophy there is what it's all been about. And it will be more than just a trophy for Coventry City. It will represent hope. Hope for a brighter future after all they've been through. Robbins, who's returned to the club, said he had unfinished business. Coventry, one of the few clubs he would have come back into football for a few weeks after walking back into the Ricoh Arena. He has guided his team to success. And as I said earlier, let's not forget Tony Mowbray, Mark Venus and Russell Slade, who've also played a part in managing the team this season. Coventry City need now is some stability. The discussion over who lifts the trophy is going on there between Jordan Willis and Chris Stokes by the looks of things. Jody Jones played his part later on. Lee Burge, an incredible save right at the death. Helped out then after that, and he deserved his look by Gael Bigger-Romana standing behind him on the goal line. And George Thomas at the end there. Wonderful, wonderful strike. Ultimately, it proved to be the match winner. The city of Coventry is in North London. It's about to celebrate again. Because this is football at its best. This is Wembley at its best. Coventry City, a club which has been brought to its knees, are standing tall today. A day to remember, in a season to forget, a reminder that in football and at Wembley, anything is possible. In the darkest moments, there is some light. Coventry City hold the CheckaTrade trophy high, a show of defiance and a hope for a brighter future.
Quite simply a fantastic afternoon for Coventry City, winning here 1-0 at Wembley against Oxford United.